Hey there, it is Friday, November 14th, and I noticed a new listing on realtor.com that I wanted to take a quick look at. So I am on realtor.com. I have filtered for Michigan 75,000 max with 5 acres or more. And there is this listing here for 42,500 for 20 acres. It is in Moran. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. I've not talked to anybody from there. So it looks pretty nice. There's some nice trees in here. I'm not sure. That looks like a road. Maybe we'll see here what it looks like. There's the Hiawatha National Forest. Here's some pictures inside. Kind of a building. Deer blind, I'm guessing. Not sure. It's like they have a trail running through, which is nice. If you've ever had to cut a trail through a forest, this is like a lot of work if it's not there already. Excuse me. Some aerial views. Lots of trees, lots of trees. Okay. It's like kind of an opening. All right, so this is TBD Appleford Road. It's been listed one day. Let's see, 9 saves, so it's just getting started. Great time to grab properties when it first comes out. If it's good, it goes fast usually. So this 20-acre parcel sits in a great location just a short distance from the Mackinac Bridge and features a nice mix of high and low ground with good deer activity and trails already on site for easy access across the parcel. The property sits directly adjacent to thousands of acres of Hiawatha National Forest to the west, providing endless room to roam, hunt, and get outside and enjoy rugged forests and UP is known for. This would make a great option for those seeking a sizable chunk for hunting, outdoor recreation, camping, and more. So let's see if there's anything to mention here. So they give you directions. Follow the road for half a mile, take a right onto Appleford Road, follow until you reach the property. It's Brevard Township. So this is the southern half of the UP. So you know. It says you can have cable, electric, natural gas, or phone, so that's good. The only history is that it was listed November 12th. Today's the 14th, so it's listed actually 2 days. So yeah, so this looks pretty good to me. This would have been something I would have been interested in. It is, let me see, get out my handy calculator, 42,500 divided by 20 is 21.25 an acre. A little high, but not really. Prices are just going up. It doesn't say anything major. It does say gravel seasonal road, so let's look at the map. It may not be accessible in the winter, if that matters to you. So here's the main road, 123. So it looks like you'd come up 123, maybe take this Brevard Lake Road, and probably, depending on where the property lines are, you'd have to get from here to here, right, in the winter, and it looks cleared. I don't know if these lines that show up sometimes are actual property lines or not. It could be, I don't know. Probably not though, because there's a house, but maybe they're splitting this off. This could be 40. This kind of looks like it could be a 40 and they're splitting it off of this main property maybe. So yeah, so if you had a place to park your vehicle, you could snowmobile in here. I believe this area is snowmobile friendly. I can pull up the Onyx map. I haven't done that in a while. All right, I opened the wrong thing. I'm in Onyx Hunt. It's a map you can use to see property lines. So I'm in the area near Brevert Lake. And then here's 123 comes up. And when I locate the property that seems to be the listing, it's this one right here. And I'm not 100% sure where this Appleford Road is. There's a private road here, so it could mean it could be this road. It looks like maybe there's something going across the top that seems to come down this way. But this seems to be the property. You can see who owns it. You can see the exact acreage as it's been reported. This isn't always right. We had ours surveyed, and our acreage was actually less than what the state, county, township thinks it is. Gives you elevation. So this is the property in question. So you'd want to make sure how you're going to get to this. And I would imagine it is going to be seasonal. You're going to have to plow your way back or snowmobile. So a couple options there. And then do you have, I'm guessing if there's a road, it must be like a old logging road, so you wouldn't have to worry about an easement or anything. So this guy lives in Mulligan, Michigan. I'm not sure where that is, but this is a nice way to see property. If you're looking, the app is not super expensive. It's a yearly, you can do a yearly subscription, and we actually renewed ours just because we found it so helpful, because you can use it while you're walking your property and things after you buy, so it's helpful. We also ride trails, so this you can tell if you're on state land or commercial forest or anything. The land next to this is in the commercial forest program, which means people can come here and hunt. They have to walk in, no vehicles. But if you were to buy this, I would want to make sure that this border is marked, because people could accidentally wander into yours hunting, and you wouldn't want that. This one up here says private, and then this is the Hiawatha Forest. I'm not sure ruling on that. I believe that typically is no hunting, but people can go in and walk around and stuff. So just something to know. I will pull up the trail map now. Okay, this is Garmin Base Camp. I have I purchased maps from V as in Victor, vvmapping.com. They put together maps for quite a few states and areas that have trails for snowmobiles or for ORV, four-wheelers, ATVs, etc. I bought this so we could see trails and go trail riding. This is the desktop version. So when we are out riding, we have a Garmin, an old Garmin. We put the chip in and it has this map on there, and then we can ride around and not worry about getting lost. And we have signal. It's very nice. They do provide updates, I believe, a year from when you buy your chip with the maps on it, and then you can renew. It's very inexpensive, very helpful, and accurate. So this takes a lot of getting used to. It's very hard. It took me a few minutes to find Brevert Lake here. So here's the lake. Here's 123, and then that corner. And the bright green areas are that commercial forest we saw. So that property being right here. So it looks like you would come off this road and there's some kind of, let's see, I have a legend on my other screen I'm trying to look at. So I believe, so that's kind of like a black and white dotted road. I think it's a forest or other road is what I can tell. So it's like a logging road, a two-track to get back there through commercial forest. So so essentially people may be able to drive back through that way, and then the property would be here. Yeah, so that's how that works. So you would be able to, let's see, you cannot, so this is the snowmobile map. I believe in Michigan you can ride on M roads, that like M123 on a snowmobile. I'm not 100% sure though. I believe so. Four-wheelers, absolutely you cannot unless there's an agreement. So I'm thinking from this property, you would be able to snowmobile in and take this little bit here and get on the trail. You'd have to double check with the DNR. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Worst case scenario, you go up this way and to this road, and then you can cross 123 there and get on the trail here. So it looks like from the trail on snowmobile, you would be okay to get on the trails. And then, you know, you can go down to the bridge, you can go east, you can go west. There's lots of trails in this area, trail access. And then when I flip to ORV, because I did buy both, anything that is highlighted in purple is okay for a four-wheeler or ORV to ride on. So we're looking at this property here, and forest roads are almost always okay to ride on. So you would ride out to here and go up and over. And then the same, this trail here is snowmobile and ORV, so you could use the same trail system to get out and about on a four-wheeler. So that's cool. So it's a good property for trails anyway. And that's what I had today. I just saw this new listing and I wanted to go ahead and do a quick video on it. It is getting some attention. It is 20 acres for 42.5, a little over 2,000 an acre. It seems to have access. Now it's way off the road, so it says it has utilities, but I would really question that after looking at the maps now. I'm guessing it doesn't. But what I like about this one is how close it is to the Mackinac Bridge, and it's easy to get to if you live in the lower peninsula. So get out there. I'm not sure snow in this side of the state. I believe it looked like they did have, we had snow and then it melted, and I think there was some snow again last night. So there may be a few inches of snow, but nothing too crazy that you wouldn't be able to go up and walk this property. It'd be a nice location, I think, if you're okay with being off the main road a bit, which I think a lot of people do like that. So yeah, so that's what I had today. Thanks so much.